In an age where calling someone pressed is an insult and remaining unbothered is the goal, nonchalance is like the highest form of social currency. Whether that's in friendship, relationships, being mistreated at work, online, in public, it doesn't matter. If you don't have any human emotion, you are winning. Because you know as well as I do that the next viral video where the victim is being accosted in public, they will be lauded in the comments for remaining unbothered, queen. Like, fine. But what is so wrong with chalance, right? Like, what is wrong with caring? I told my therapist I think I'm high maintenance, and she was like, or you just like have preferences. And I was like, oh, I don't think gay people are allowed to have those. There is a very large increase of what is being defined in totality as cringe online. Like I think of the Ariana DeBose performance or Jojo Siwa, or like, I guess at this point, like any breathing woman. Like, let's be super honest for like just one moment. It does seem like we don't do this to men. Like, I know we were talking about like Austin Butler's Elvis voice, but like that kind of like came and went. But like a woman is just like in perpetuity, in totality, cringe. And obviously, like I think that there is some content that is purposefully and intentionally cringe, but I do also think that a lot of the time it's just misogynistic. And yeah, this is not what the point of the video is, but I just want to leave that in your noggin before we move along so that the next time you think like, oh, is she cringe or is she just a woman? You think of me. But like, what is cringe? Okay, so again, I own an Apple product. So let's look at the definition. Having an inward feeling of acute embarrassment or awkwardness. I cringed at his stupidity. Great. But that's like the verb of cringe, right? Like the way that the word is used today is an adjective, as a descriptor, as a curse. It is a generational curse put on people forever and ever and ever. By the moment your body's rotting 6 feet under, you will always and will have always been cringe. But it's also extremely subjective, right? Like to call someone cringe, it's just a reflection of your taste. But I grow concerned that the fear of looking cringe is actually just stopping us from giving a fuck about stuff. Like, caring, liking stuff, being an active participant is not intrinsically cringe. Thinking that that's cringe to me is actually cringe. So for example, I remember when I was in high school, I was taking my sophomore year theater class, and there was this beautiful boy named Alec. And he was this like beach city, like lax bro, like wore like the South Bay LA uniform, right? And like every girl and gay in the high school had a crush on him, right? Until I saw that man get on stage. That boy was not Leonardo DiCaprio. It was like Leonardo DiFratio. Shut the fuck up. But the moment he got on stage, the crush dissipated like smoke in the wind, because he was so concerned with being like cool that I was like, you look lame. You look so uncool. What's cool when you're on stage is like, and all that. Like, why do you think theater kids are annoying in real life? Because on stage, it's like putting a fish in water. It's where they belong, right? So like a theater kid taking up that much space, like being that weird vibrato performer, it's really perfect. That's where they're supposed to be. But when you try to like be too cool for it and like avoid looking cringe, that's actually super fucking cringe. And I learned that lesson because like I am a performer. So I was like, oh, give it everything. When you're up there, more is more, right? Like less is not more when you're performing. But like not everyone's a performer, so I don't want to center it around that. At some point in everyone's life, we need to generally show like some form of interest. But if any interest whatsoever is immediately defined as being cringe, then you are like fast approaching one-way ticket to a life of meaningless doom, where everything is boring because you're so concerned with like this inanimate voice person figure in your mind, whether that's the bully or your parent who never achieved what they wanted, or just like someone online who lives the life that you think you want, telling you that being passionate about something is cringe. So therefore you have relegated and reduced your life to being this like dull, gray, fucking boring existence. Committing to something, trying a new hairstyle or an outfit, or just like asking someone on a date is not intrinsically cringe. That's literally called existing vibes. That's being a human being on this earth with a beating heart and air in your lungs. Like at some point you gotta like do the shit for like the world to turn, right? Like if everyone just sat around being like, ooh, cringe.
Oh, that's so cringe. Oh my god, you're so fucking cringe.
What do you think the world would look like? Because you could apply that to literally anything. Like being the president is cringe, or like cooking a recipe that you got off TikTok is cringe, or like learning an exercise that you saw from someone on Instagram is cringe. We need politicians to eat and to exercise. Those things intrinsically are not cringe. Because like at what point do I just get to like live my fucking life? I promise you that every single person who you determine to be the arbiter of what is or is not cringe does some whack ass shit. Behind closed doors, they're a loser. Everyone is. That is just like the point of existing. No one's that fucking cool. Everyone does some shit that's like kind of whack. And like that's why you have friends who are also kind of whack, because then you're whack together. Me and my friends are losers. We look hot, but we're hot losers. That's the best combination. Because it's truly, truly, truly the Dr. Seuss quote, those who matter don't mind, and those who mind do not fucking matter. I'm an actor and a content creator by trade, by profession. Both of my jobs are what others would determine to be cringe. But I don't know if people say that about me because I don't surround myself with people who would. My community is so supportive and so uplifting and always has been, whether it was music or acting or now content. Like, my people are like, fuck yeah, do whatever you want to do. And if you have people around you who are not like that, then they are not your people. And even that might be fucking cringe to be like, oh my God, find your tribe, but like, find your tribe. Oh God, no, we might have gone too far. Unsubscribe. It comes a point in every video where I tell you to actually leave me alone in my solitude. But if it's not people in your life who are saying these things and you're only experiencing it from people who are online, I guarantee you that those motherfuckers are commenting it from a private account because they wish they were you, bitch. They wish they were you, and they are such losers who are the smallest versions of themselves, where they get only a little tinge of satisfaction by tearing others down to be as miserable as they fucking are. They wish they were a content creator, an artist, a chef, a dancer, an athlete. They tried in their minds and they failed. And no shade, because it took me a long time to start making YouTube videos. I've wanted to be on YouTube since like 2018. I'm really happy to be here. This is like a dream of mine to like have people watching my videos. That's so fucking cool. I'm so stoked on it. Never have I thought someone else doing what I wanted to do was cringe, because I was but like, I can understand why someone would, right? I have a healthy relationship with my jealousy. My jealousy does motivate me because I work in an industry that is like designed around competition, that I have to have a healthy relationship with jealousy and with competition, because if I didn't, I would go literally mad, babe. I would be sitting in a corner singing Ring Around the Rosie, pocket full of posy, ashes, ashes, we all fall down. Because like someone else booked a job that I auditioned for, right? If I couldn't tell you how many times people I know personally have booked jobs that I have auditioned for, right? So like, it would drive me mad if I didn't know how to watch other people succeed in something I wanted to. But not everyone is an actor, not everyone works in entertainment, so not everyone has the skill set to be able to see others living their dreams. So when they don't have that healthy relationship with jealousy, it turns into being a hater-ass bitch. And when they're a hater, they want you to think that what you're doing is cringe because they wish they could. But they're not doing what you're fucking doing, bitch. You're special. You had the ability to have the fortitude to move past the haters, like the fucking scrub-ass worm little bitches in the sand and the dirt, telling me not to live my dreams because you didn't want to live yours. Sorry, mama, gotta go. I've got to go, babes. I'm not doing that. I don't even know you. Online, a private account, someone I do not know telling me that they think it's cringe. I think you're a cringe ass loser ass hoe. But also, let's be honest. I think that everyone at some point feels cringe. I'll speak for myself. I was driving in Los Angeles, California, my hometown, the other day with my windows rolled down, listening to Mayhem by Lady Gaga, feeling myself, pulled up and like saw that someone else had their windows down, and I got a little cringed out because I didn't want to be seen as the cliche. Ooh, this is getting deep and personal and honest. I didn't want to be seen as the cliche gay guy blasting Lady Gaga. Why? Because I have complexes around that. I have complexes around not being seen as an individual and about being seen as like just another gay guy who like listens to Lady Gaga. And then I was like, fuck it. I am a gay guy. It is in my chromosomes to love Lady Gaga. Why would I be denying my biology? For you? For whomst? For whomst am I denying myself? Truly. I had to have that moment where I was like, why the fuck do I care about people I do not know? No one I know. None of the straight boys that I'm like best friends with, none of the gay boys, none of the straight girls, none of the queer girls, no one else would be like, you listen to Lady Gaga. No one fucking cares. So why do I immediately determine it to be cringe, right? Like, I think that that's the thing that we have to also remember, is that that contributes to the pot. Our own feelings about how we're being perceived, but like a lot of the time, I'm gonna project here. A lot of the time it feels like that comes from a space that it's not a constant voice. It might be like one person, or I saw someone talk about someone else this way. Like, it's usually those small little cuts that linger with us, and then we start to like change how we live based off of that. But I'm like, who that matters to me has ever told me it's cringe that I like Lady Gaga? Not one person has ever said that. So I rolled my windows back down, blasted Zombie Boy, because that song is Gaga at her peak. And I was like, yeah, I am a gay man who listens to Lady Gaga. Fish found in water. There is nothing about Lady Gaga that is intrinsically cringy. There's nothing about a gay guy listening to Lady Gaga that is intrinsically cringy. It's what I am projecting onto the circumstance. Again, we're going back to the subjectivity of cringy, because those things in isolation are not cringy on their own. Lady Gaga is one of the most successful artists in the world. Gay guys are everywhere. They're listening to us right now. Bring the walls. Do you hear that? The world would not turn if everything was cringe, right? Like, again, is being the president cringe? Maybe, sometimes, but like, we need one. Is being as crazy as Lady Gaga cringe? Yes, there have been people who've said that to her, but she's Lady fucking Gaga, and there's millions of people who need her. Is being an urban developmental architect cringe? I'm sure someone would think that, but bitch, I need a road. We need to drive. So no, I don't actually think being like an architect is just like intrinsically cringe. Like not everything is cringe. Honestly, most things are not cringe. Giving a fuck is cool. Giving a fuck is hot. I know for me that I am most attracted to people romantically and platonically who are passionate. People who are driven, who are doing something with their lives. I don't want a dud who's gonna sit there on my shoulder like a fucking unborn twin, sitting there being like, that's so cringe. Remove yourself. Oh my God. No. Right there, telling you that every single thing that you're passionate about is lame. Oh my God. I literally like, I feel like the bitch who like can't look at holes. That's how I feel about like a hanger on sitting there doing nothing for themselves, not pursuing a single thing, but telling me that my passions and my pursuits are cringe. You better pursue your way out of my house that I pay for, from my endeavors, from my passions, from the things that you think are cringe. I pay for your meal. Is eating cringe? Shut the fuck up. Now, what this also means is that I do not have to like everything. For example, I have nothing personal against Benson Boone. Maybe when men look gay, I want them to be gay. And he's not gay, and that makes me not like him, because I'm like, you should be gay or you should not exist. Sorry, but he exists, and that's fine. He has written someone's favorite song. He has written a song that has saved someone's life. He's written someone's wedding song, right? Like, that is someone else's preference. Preference and objectivity are very different things. I talked about this in my Cowboy Carter video. People are allowed to prefer Benson Boone. That does not make Benson Boone cringe, because I don't like beautiful thing that I've got. Like, that's just not my tea, mama. And that's okay. Sorry for the jump scare, but like, blame Benson Boone, not me. There are people who think that watching and creating YouTube videos is cringe. And yeah, here we are. So what, you know what I mean? Like, not everything is fucking cringe. You don't have to like everything. I don't have to be a fan of everything to like not be a hater. Being a hater is not the tea. Having preferences, like my therapist said. So in closing, do what you want to do. Live your life. Being afraid that everything around you makes you look cringe is a fast track, again, one-way ticket to living a dull-ass fucking life. A life centered around the opinions of others who do not give you the same power that you give them. Liking shit is not cringe, but thinking that everything is cringe is actually so fucking cringe. And that's all I got for today. I will see you guys in the next one. Mwah!